It is 6:57 and I am heading to work. All right, y'all, so I got a lot done. It is just time for me to go. It's like almost 4:30. Good morning, y'all. It is 6:57 and I am heading to work. So yesterday, I gotta talk about it. I think yesterday I wore myself out, right? I came into work at 7 instead of 8 like we were supposed to. I left at 4 o'clock, so basically I got an extra hour of working. I just felt so overwhelmed. I felt like I had a headache. I felt like just like back hurting, stomach hurting. I just felt like all of those things all in one. And I really think it was because I just did too much. So I did a lot of organizing yesterday, and today I feel like there's really just like maybe I could take like an hour or two of organizing. So I do have to go through like some literacy stuff and just like keep one copy of stuff and then like put it into a folder. And then math stuff is going to be the same. That way we can like literally minimalize on the stuff in the, in the crates and stuff. So the math games and the literacy games and stuff like that, we're just going to restart fresh. So that's what we worked on yesterday. I also need to finish the mailbox names. So like our mailboxes are for the kids, like for their stuff to go in, and I'll end up doing that. And then eventually, I'll eventually have a helper who can help me take the kids' work out and put it into Friday folders. So that'll be good. But there are some other things that we still need to. I need to write names on the handwriting books, the investigation books, which is our math books, and I also need to write names on our reading books, and then names on pencil pouches, and it's like a little journal book. I also need to figure out if people want the quiet time books for August, and then I also need to print a couple things this morning, which I did yesterday. So if they're not on the printer, I'm going to be mad because I have to go back in and reprint. So that is all that I have to do. We are getting Bodo's bagels served to us this morning. I guess it's like from PTO, so that'll be great. And I made me a chai latte at home. I did bring an extra K-Pod just in case I wanted to have some more, which I don't think I will. I think I will just really need water. I think as a teacher, I lack water because I'm so busy doing this or doing that. And even during pre-service week, it's hard to drink a bunch of water as well. So like I said, I will catch you guys at work in about 5 minutes as I walk in to go down to the classroom and start getting some things done. All right, so finally in here, and the stuff that I printed came out. So we have kindergarten walkers, car riders, YMCA, bus riders for the yellow bus, red bus, and then Boys and Girls Club. So this will just be a document for them. I got the handwriting without tears template. So these are, I guess they need to be laminated. And then I don't know what she wants to do. So I think that we'll keep a copy that's laminated and then keep some that can be copied. So I might run like 2 or 3 extras of that. This pile over here is stuff that I need to sort and go through. So this is going to be like the first day name letter thing. And I am Or yeah, I printed off one of each, but then I tried to do, yeah, I guess it just didn't come out right. So anyways, or maybe it did. I was just printing out like the certain letters that I needed, but I don't think it did it of the way that I needed it. So I needed 12 A's. Well, only one came out, which is cool. That is something I'll go run in a minute and do, print more of. The copy I'll keep for myself to file. This part is trash. And then I had to print off the middle school menu and the elementary menu for me to put on my refrigerator at home, even though it seems like they're the same. So let's see, I wrote down what I needed to do, and that is to put the names on the mailboxes right here. So I'm trying to figure out a way without ruining them, how to put up names, but I think with just like a little bit of tape, it'd be okay. I need to clean off my table, wipe it down, and then we have this container of stuff here that needs to be put on the wall. Birthdays, she's supposed to be bringing in from home, but I do have the list on my computer. And then we need to add home send for lunch. So for lunch, this is our plan. So the kids will come in and they'll take their name. And if they're choosing choice A, it'll be here. That way we can put lunch choice in. It's supposed to be one to go right here that says at home, because that's how it's refreshed every day. And then, you know, like a kid will move that over. And yeah, so we're waiting on that part. And then this stuff needs to be cleared off. These I washed yesterday to go with the different tables because they were filthy. So I sprayed them with some Miss Myers, sprayed them down, all that good stuff. I need to go get the meet and greet stuff, which I'm gonna like plaster here. Tables have 5 chairs each. And then obviously she needs to find a space to put this. So this is our hundreds chart. We have books that need to go up, more border that needs to go up in paper, and then we've been trying to get this board cleared, so we've been spraying some glue gun, which it worked right here yesterday, but somebody really just messed that board up. The bins that I was talking about that need labels are gonna go right here. There's stuff that needs to go in it labeled. Morning trays are right here, so that's something that I need to be thinking of as well. So it's just literally the minimal things to do today. All right, let's see. Just here for the printer. I don't know why people got stuff up there. Anyways, let's see. Needs to be ran through. I need 12 of this. All right, got the copies made, except I just somehow missed E and S when I single printed the letter things from yesterday. I also went next door to get our back to school information. So our back to school information is just as simple and plain. The other part that they're gonna get for meet and greet is just like our schedule.
Michael.
Oh.
He gave me this cookie.
Who?
You?
Yeah, but I demolished them Nutty Buddies on that couch that day.
Mm.
This is ours.
I want to cut all these freaking things out. Mm. Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. If I can figure out how.
Sunflowers? Alright, so we have gotten a lot done. Meet and greets are Monday when we come back in. I just really wanted to get, like I said, a lot of things done before I left. And so I'm trying to put things in my bag. I'm trying to hang stuff up. And like I said, get ready to go out this door soon. So let me show you what we have actually accomplished. Like I said, we got a lot done. Leaving work. All right, y'all, so I got a lot done. It's just time for me to go. It's like almost 4:30 and I still hadn't left, it felt like, but I feel really good about the progress that I have made this far. I think that I want to come back a little bit later, finish writing the names on those books, and then put them in their drawers and just finish stapling up stuff. And then that's probably about it. Everything else is honestly done, if you ask me. I just really want to say that I'm done. So I'm actually done for the day. Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. I feel unaccomplished at work, so I'm gonna head over in a little bit after making just an egg sandwich and iced coffee to finish a couple of things that I wrote down that I need to finish. I don't like this feeling, but I want to be more ready when the kids come in on Monday. So if I can go over to the school, which literally takes me like 2-3 minutes to get to, and just kind of get some things accomplished without her, I will do just that. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, y'all, so I'm in the car. We're gonna head over to my job so I can go get some more things done. All right, finally in here. So so I just, like I said, need to do a couple things, and then I will probably go print and just head back home. So, given that the bookshelf is right here, I had no space for this other one. I wish I did. But I also still have border to put up, and I'll show you that. So I still have border to put up right here. It comes in Sunday. This one is done, so I need to finish the border here, and then the border all right here. So I did leave like open spots where the border would go, even at the bottom. So it'll be great. Yeah, so Bobcat and books. We have different characters over here. Y'all can find these on Teachers Pay Teachers, and some of them are, you know, even free. I also have the ones that she didn't want over at my desk area. We've been using this brown paper that my coworker got off of Amazon. She said it was $35, which is a really good bulk amount. I mean, look at the roll. The challenges that are gonna be in this room. And so I'll just say we have one student who is going to be in that star room. And for those of you guys who don't know what the star room is, it is basically an autistic room for children that have autism. So it's called STAR, but it's also called, oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind. It's also called the structured teach room. So we have one student in that, well, who will be mostly in that classroom just because she is severely autistic, or we'll just have a one-on-one aid with her all day in here. And then we have another student who is repeating kindergarten, who is very hard to, I'm trying to think of just like the correct words to say. She is repeating kindergarten because she spent most of her time, like, you know, beating on teachers, cussing them out, and, you know, running from them and stuff like that, and didn't really learn much. So we have her. Her mom was totally against her staying in kindergarten, but apparently, yeah, I don't know. Apparently the principal that was here before us put it into place that she needs to stay. So mom was kind of like, well, why even ask anyway? So we have that situation. And then we have another child who sometimes has seizures. Sorry, I just scratched my head. And who knows what the rest, you know, beholds. So that is that. Now, I hope that this is a great year, because I'm gonna speak positivity about it. I hope it's a great year. I hope that it goes well. I hope that I, you know, get to learn 20 different kids, and they get to know me. So I'm gonna finish putting up this board, this bulletin paper, cut it, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a second. All right, so I just had to put names on their handwriting without tears books. So the reason why that gray part is right there is because it's showing them how the first letter of their name is going to be put. So I'm gonna use this checklist, and with handwriting without tears, you have to be very specific about whether the letter is a tall letter, short letter, or a falling letter. And so, like, capital, of course, is always tall. So, like, if I wrote the name India, you want to make sure that you use those in between lines like this. So you're in, starts up here, down, up and around. D, A, and some other letters like O, whatever, they all start with the magic C. So you do your magic C. For D, you do magic C up like a helicopter, bump back down. So the one thing that I really wanted to wait for was just to see, like, okay, are we losing any kids? Because you go to put a name on these and then you lose kids, and you gotta go look for like the labels to put over top of these. So just like, I'll wait. Literally, I'll wait.
Paris, London, New York, it don't really matter.
All right, so I have them all right here, and they're all in different places. So I'm trying to go in and sort them. The names on the folders, honestly, I feel like that can wait. I just want to get names on the books, and then kind of like go from there. So she did label the drawers in alphabetical order, so it's easy to find, and it's easy just to slide them in at the moment because there's not papers in, so that's another good thing. But all of their stuff is gonna go in these drawers, like their math books, these literacy books. Sorry, their literacy books, their handwriting without tears books, and then also their writing journals, which are similar in color to this, and then their pencil pouches, which will have pencils and crayons and things like that. So that's the one good thing about doing it this way, for sure. So now I can see that everyone has one. So I'm gonna continue to write names on the other stuff, get those thrown in the drawer, and then kind of go from there. Well, y'all can see that I clearly was working hard because the lights went off in here. It goes off after the fact that I haven't been moving, but I was trying to see what needed to be downloaded. But anyways, I am writing names on these HMH into reading books, and then I'll put them in their drawers, and I really need a better Sharpie in order to put names on their pouches. I'm actually going to take some stuff home and go through it, because what we came across was that we wanted to just start over and start fresh. So I had added a whole bunch of things that I found on Teachers Pay Teachers, emails, and things like that into our Google Drive for kindergarten. And it's easy that they can just, download the stuff and then make it. So a lot of the stuff requires it to be in color. So I do feel like I want to try to send it to the copy center so that we don't have to try to print it here and then just wait on it, and then I could put it together. Hopefully it will come before before Labor Day, y'all. And then that would give me time to put it together right around the time frame that we have our first teacher day. So I could work from home by getting a lot of those things prepped and ready, without having to come into the room and kind of just go from there. So like I said, I'm gonna finish putting the names on these, put them in their drawers, and then cross this task off and just see what else needs to be done. I also need to run up to the printer to grab that stuff because I don't want to try to grab it on my way out with you know, having a bunch of stuff in my hand. But I might also have to just take it and put it up at the door and kind of just like go from there. And yeah, so as I'm putting names on stuff, I realized that they gave us one extra. So instead of putting it in the drawer for like the kids to mess with, I'm just keeping a stack of the extras. So the writing folder, which is over in their bins, and then the handwriting without tears. Sorry, handwriting without tears, and then their writing journal using handwriting without tears, and then their HMH books. So I'm just keeping that over here on the shelf behind me because clearly I'll end up being responsible for that anyway. All right, so I just took some time for a second to sit back and talk to my mom for about 20 minutes. So we got shirts. We got a second free shirt ordered. I decided to do the mustard yellow with the blue writing just because I have shoes that would go really well with that. I really do want a long sleeve shirt for work, but I kind of feel like I want to make something myself. But anyways, I did print off a couple things. Looking over my list right now because I was working on stuff while I talked to my mom. So I was able to get stuff out of one of the file cabinets back here, but I really wanted it all because I want to just like I said, get rid of the stuff. Like I said, with us trying to just start over, we're trying to do that. So I'm gonna go through the math stuff at home. My area is tidy and done, so honestly I could cross that off, and then I need to file my papers. That'll be when I bring it back. The math stuff I'm gonna take home, so I will go ahead and cross that off. Move literacy stuff. That's honestly something that I don't know. I don't know why I have that on there, so I'll just cross it off until I refigure out what it is. Oh, I did. Okay, so I did move the literacy stuff. I did move the crates because I wanted it to be clear on the floor back there. Literally nothing on the floor. I could take the folders home and put names on them and then just bring it back and toss them in, but I feel like that's something I could just do here. I do have one more thing of border to put up, and then that's really it. Hopefully I can spend about 5 minutes just trying to get the rest of the stuff out of that filing cabinet into a bin, and I'm gonna take it out to the trunk and just do it at home. I was trying to put the names on the thing, but the problem was I didn't want to use tape. I just wanted to really just use something where it could stick there. I just don't know what, and the green tape was just like a little bit too big. So I don't know. That's something that I'll need to write down. So names on mailboxes. And then when I bring the stuff back Monday, it's names on folders. It's gonna be to put the navy border up. And then it's also going to be morning trays. So I downloaded a bunch of things to do for morning trays or bins. I really feel like those colorful bins could use like just school worthy stuff like Play-Doh, name tracing, building something with, you know, like, and then like finishing pictures, stuff like that. Just stuff that the kids are going to be interested in and not just playing, because I feel like I just feel like it's too much. So I'm gonna do that. So I feel like these used to have toys in them, and I really just feel like toys are like beyond what need to go in them. So I'm gonna shake these out Monday, and then I'm going to just wipe them out with a cloth, and then wipe them down so that they still look, you know, decent. But like I said, just morning trays that are going to give them the chance to create, explore, and learn, and then just like, you know, sharing with them how this works. All right, so I'm back in the car. I got everything done that I came for. Things that didn't get done, I wrote down. It just so happens that when I last picked up the camera, my coworker ended up coming in and was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I just really wanted some time alone. But anyways, I'm now in the car. I'm gonna head to go get some lunch for me and my family, and go back home. And just call it a day. So I'll catch up with you guys another time. Until then.